All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the left digit effect. It's a powerful psychological pricing tool, and, it's quietly influencing our buying decisions literally every single day. We're going to look at this from a top tier consultant's point of view, getting way beyond simple tricks and into some deep, actionable strategy.
So, here's our game plan for this masterclass. We're starting with the why, the theory, and the brain science behind it. Then, we'll shift gears straight into practical strategy and how you can actually implement this stuff in the real world.
Okay, first things first, we have to build the foundation. What exactly is the left digit effect? Because trust me, it's so much more than just slapping a 99 on the end of a price tag. See, this isn't just some old school retail gimmick. It's a real, documented cognitive bias. Back in 2005, two researchers, Minaj Thomas and Vikas Mittal, actually formalized it. They showed how our brains literally anchor on that very first number we see, and that anchor completely changes how we perceive the value of everything that follows. Now, let's pop the hood. To really master this, you have to understand the cognitive science that makes it all tick. This is where the real magic happens. It's all about how our brain is wired. It really all comes down to a process called magnitude encoding. Our brains are built for efficiency, for speed. So when we see a price, we scan from left to right, and that first digit, bam, it creates this powerful mental anchor for the number's overall size. The other digits that come after it, they have a really, really hard time overcoming that first impression. And this slide, this shows the result of that encoding perfectly. It's called category perception. Think about it. The difference between $3.99 and $4 is just 1 cent, but our brain doesn't see it that way at all. It immediately drops $3.99 into the $3 bucket and $4 into the $4 bucket. That one little cent creates a chasm in our minds that feels like a whole dollar. Okay, so we've got the theory. Let's move into the practical. Let's see how this one little insight builds out into a really sophisticated strategic toolkit that pretty much any business can use. So it's not just about that first digit. The ending of the price sends its own powerful subconscious message. A price that ends in 99 has basically been trained into us to scream value or sale. On the other hand, a clean, round number, say $50 even, it signals confidence, right? It signals premium and quality. The ending you choose has to tell the same story as your product. Now this matrix, this is your new best friend. This lays out all your strategic options. For a software company, using left digit leverage keeps that $19 a month plan feeling like it's in the teens, not the 20s. For something like a TV, crossing that magnitude threshold from $300 down to $299 can psychologically feel like a $100 savings. This is how you go from just guessing at prices to being precise and strategic. Okay, a word of warning. Using this effect correctly is absolutely critical, because if you get it wrong, you can do way more harm than good. You can completely undermine your brand and your whole strategy. Let's talk about the common mistakes. The biggest trap by far is what I call luxury dissonance. You should never put a 99 on a $5,000 handbag. It doesn't make it feel like a deal. It makes it feel cheap. It just damages your brand's premium vibe. And also, be careful not to overdo it. If every single thing in your store is price ending in 99, customers just go numb to it. You've got to use this like a surgeon for maximum impact. All right, now for what might be the most actionable part of this whole explainer. Let's look at a concrete, real-world case study and then a step-by-step plan you can literally put into action tomorrow. Here's a perfect example from a SaaS company. Let's say they want to upgrade users from a $10 plan. The amateur move, price the new plan at $15. Psychologically, that feels like a huge 50% jump into a whole new price category. But the pro, the consultant, they price it at $14.99. That single cent keeps the price anchored in the teens and makes the upgrade feel like a much smaller, way more reasonable step up. And here you go, your 3-step playbook. It's super simple. First, audit your prices. Look for those key thresholds where you can just shift down by a cent or a dollar. Second, and this is key, don't just guess, A/B test it. Actually measure the lift in conversions between, say, $40 and $39.99. And finally, refine your messaging. If your price screams value, make sure your ads and your website copy are screaming value too. So, to wrap all this up, let's anchor these ideas with some wisdom from a few marketing and psychology experts who really understood that, at the end of the day, perception is reality. This quote from Rees and Trout absolutely nails it. The left digit effect isn't about changing your product. It's about changing the customer's perception of your product's cost and its value. I love this one from advertising legend Rory Sutherland. The psychological value you create with smart pricing, that is just as real and just as impactful to your bottom line as the physical thing you're actually selling. And this is really the final takeaway. Why does the left-digit effect work so well? It's because it bypasses our slow, logical brain and speaks directly to our fast, emotional brain. It creates a feeling of value, and that feeling, that's what drives the sale.